Greetings, intuitive friends. Christian Nicole here, your favorite spiritual life coach. Here with a intuitive message for the collective. A general message for the collective. Okay. Take the parts that resonate, leave the parts that don't. All right. So let me jump out here. Because somebody else is. There's somebody that is very regretful. Very regretful. I'm hearing the word sorrow. They're very regretful about the past as it relates to you. They're very regretful about how they treated you in the past, how things, yeah, man, they're very regretful about how they treated you in the past, how things turned out. It's like they might have had leverage in the past. As it relates to you, y'all might have had a falling out where they felt like they had the upper hand, and if they acted in a certain way, that you would come around. That, well, I'm gonna do this X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna do this, and then they'd have to, and they're gonna have to get with the program, right? And if they don't want to get the program, then F it. I'm gonna just, then they're cut off. That kind of stuff. Or they thought, well, I'm gonna cut this person off and they're gonna follow me. They're gonna have to follow my lead, but you didn't. But you didn't follow their lead. You said, okay, if you're gonna cut me off, then I guess this time I'm gonna just have to let you go and I'm gonna be cut off because I disagree. I feel differently about this, and I just feel like the way that you handled it, you didn't necessarily come up against the person, but you were standing on what you felt was right. You weren't feuding with this person on a personal, egoic kind of level. It was y'all saw things completely different. And you stood on what you believe. You stood on how you saw the situation. And they disagreed with you. And they felt like if you don't agree with me, then you're going against me personally. And if you're going against me personally, then F you. And you said, well, no, I'm not going against you. But if it's F me, then don't let the door hit you. And you let them go. Or you went on about your way. Anyway, I feel like this person is very regretful because you moved on with your life in a particular direction. You kept standing on what you were standing on, and it turns out that the way you saw things was the correct way to see them. And it's like this person is just now seeing, damn, collective was right. They were right and I was wrong, and I should have listened, and I should have, you know what I mean? And I shouldn't have treated them like that, or I shouldn't have acted like that with them. I'm so sorry. All right, so they might be coming back with an apology. They might be coming back with what they feel is an apology, where sometimes it's not a verbal apology out their mouth, but it might be a gesture. Y'all ever see those memes where somebody is mad, or like it's a couple and they're arguing, and instead of solving the argument or coming to some kind of resolve, the person will offer the other person something to eat. Like, hey, you hungry? And so that's their way of saying, I'm sorry, let's make up. And because you're hungry, you just say, yeah, let's go get such and such. As in, I forgive you. Yes, we can make up. 414 on the clock. Somebody been seeing that a lot, and that's going to be significant for somebody. So anyway, I'm seeing that this person is losing sleep. Some of these people are having nightmares. Did you hear me when I said nightmares? Some of these people are having nightmares. Some of these people, and when I say nightmares, I mean they're having, it's a nightmare to them. It's a nightmare to them. They're having dreams about you. They're having visions of you in their sleep. They're seeing you come up. They're seeing you come up. They're seeing you blessed. being blessed with some kind of abundance, some kind of recognition, some kind of like, I'm hearing like a show, like a, you know, like a, people are applauding you at some kind of performance or some kind of show like that. And this person is, they like, I effed up. I effed up. Um, they're very apologetic for the way that they treated you because you were right. It turns out that you were right. And because you were right and you stood on it when nobody else stood next to you, and nobody stood next to you, you stood on what you felt was right alone. You stood on it alone. When you needed someone to stand with you, you stood on it alone. You stood on it with spirit alone. You tapped deep into your intuition. You tapped deep in with your ancestors and your guides, your angels. You tapped in with the energy of the principles you were standing on, the entities attached to those, to the energy of the principles you were standing on. And you did it alone when you needed someone to stand with you. It's like the rain started pouring down. I'm seeing somebody, it's like they were out in the cold, out in the rain, standing alone, and nobody would let them in. And they didn't even want to come in. It was like, but would anybody stand out here with me? And everybody was like, no. Under those conditions, I'm not going to stand out there in that. Yeah, I know that we should stand out there with you, but it's cold. It's cold. It's wet. I don't want to get my hair wet. I don't want to get my new shoes dirty. I'm not, no, I'm not standing out there with you. You're going to have to do that by yourself. I'm not going through all of that. But she was like, I have to go through it because this is what's right. This is what's right. Anyway, they're having visions and dreams about you coming up. Okay, they're having visions and dreams about you coming into an abundance. I'm hearing this massive inheritance or some kind of spiritual inheritance. Some of you don't even have anybody to leave you anything. Okay, so y'all are wondering like, who, what, from who? I don't know anybody that has anything to offer. So who would offer, who's gonna leave me an inheritance? I'm hearing this is a spiritual inheritance. Didn't I say? Quit playing with me. There's a spiritual inheritance for your obedience, for your acts of service, for your acts of kindness. Spirit is rewarding you an abundance of things that are owed to you. You don't even know that this stuff is owed to you. You are fighting battles that you won battles you didn't even know you were fighting. You were winning stuff you didn't even know what you was up against. You just stood on what was right, but you didn't know how you were being tested. You didn't know the attacks that were on you in those circumstances. You just knew, I don't know what I'm up against. I don't know what is out here that's coming after me. You weren't aware of the threats. You weren't aware of the dangers. Nor did you really care. You stood on purpose. You stood on principle. And that's it. No matter what the circumstances were, no matter if you had to stand out in the cold pouring rain alone, that's just what you did. And so you're getting this inheritance. Oh my God. Oh my God. So you, and these people, this ain't even just one person. Okay, this is a lot of people. This is friends, this is family members, this is colleagues or partners that you've worked with for a long time, or that you just knew they was down with you, and all of a sudden they turn coat. They turn coat. Anyway, these people They've been warned. They've been told about you. They've been warned several times. You might want to reconsider. You might want to go back and holler at the collective about that. You might want to make that right. You might want to go and just check on them and see how they're doing. Right? And it was like, no, F that. I ain't saying nothing to them. I ain't apologizing to them. I'm not I'm not breaking the ice. They better call me first. They better say something to me first. They were warned several times. Spirit was guiding them, nudging them, pushing them. Their intuition was telling them to check in with you, to reconsider. They kept getting that. And they kept ignoring it, not just ignoring it, but flat out shutting it down. And now the door is closed. I'm hearing it. Like, I'm hearing the door close. I'm hearing the door. You know, you ever watch those movies and you hear the jail bars close and then clank? So what I'm hearing is they're being locked out. They're being locked out of your life. And now they know they're being locked out. There was an opportunity. There was a window for them to come back, right? Before this inheritance came in, before this reward, these accolades, this massive recognition by your peers comes in. There was an opportunity for them to come in and make it right, and their pride and ego, or whatever they were sitting on, wouldn't allow them to do it. But they were encouraged to come back and apologize or make it right, or at least try to hear you out. But they thought that you were a lesser of lesser value, of lesser, like lower on the totem pole, lower on the hierarchy, like you were beneath them. It's like a CEO coming to apologize to somebody in the mailroom, or the CEO coming to apologize to the janitor, or somebody that they feel is less than them. Which, let me tell you, all the parts are necessary. The janitor is necessary. You cannot run a successful business in filth, germ, and disease. You need someone to keep a level of cleanliness about the corporation, about the business. Look at this filth. You need that janitor. No one is beneath the CEO. You need the mail rooms, because the mailroom workers, because they provide clear communication. If the mail's not coming in and coming out efficiently, something's going to get lost in translation. Deadlines are going to be missed. You need those guys in the basement. You need those guys on the bottom floor. No one is above the guys on the bottom floor. Nobody's beneath the CEO in levels of importance. But this person thought they were better than you. Flat out. They just thought they were better than you. They thought you have to answer to them and they don't have to answer to you for whatever reason. And now they're finding, damn, I was wrong. They were right. I should have reconsidered. I should have went and talked to them. Now the door is closed and I can't get back in. Or it's been too long, or something like that, like too much time has passed, or too much has happened, or something, to where now I can't go back and say anything to them. Even if I did, it wouldn't be well received, and I might as well not waste my time, because they're only gonna come back if it's gonna change something. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna come back and apologize so that I can make it right with you, or so that I can get it off my chest and admit to you that I was wrong and you were right and I should have listened. Even if it doesn't change anything between us, even if it doesn't change our relationship and we're both still not speaking to each other, or we're both still, we're never have the friendship that we had before, I just want to clear the air. They're like, no, I'm only going to say something if it's going to bring us back to where we were. So it's still like a one-sided selfish apology anyway. Like, I admit I was wrong, but if it's not going to change anything, I'm just not going to say it. How the hell you know what's going to change something or not? They know it because they're intuitive and they can pick up on that as well. But this is that same egoic attitude that got them in the shape that they were in the first place. Okay? So anyway, they know they're on the outs. This is breaking their heart. And it's almost like they're kicking themselves because they're like, how come I can't get out of my own way? Why do I keep doing this? How come I can't get out of my own way? How could I have missed that? How come I didn't see that? Why am I like this? Oh, who is that? Okay, but you have like this massive reward that's coming in regarding your work, regarding something that you do in your works. For some of you, it's an arts, like literally like something with paint and colors or sketches or something like that that you truly believe in. Some of you are tarot artists. Like y'all doing the artwork on tarot cards, and your family might be totally against tarot cards, and they feel like you working for the devil by doing it, but you feel like no, I'm not. For others of you, it is your spiritual practices, your spirituality. Some of it is yeah, it's definitely regarding your work or what you do. They could have been very, yeah, come on, man. They weren't supportive of whatever you were doing. Or maybe y'all had a falling out and they didn't support your work because y'all fell out. Like they just didn't want to support you at all. About anything. They don't want to support your relationship. Some of you, it's your sexuality. Some of you, it's relationships. They didn't want you to be with a certain person. Some of y'all dated outside your race or outside of your tradition or your culture. So it goes against traditions and stuff like that. And so they like cut you off from the family. Some of these people were just flat out jealous of you, and they saw whatever you were standing on was going to advance you, and they didn't want you to surpass them. It's like they knew if this person does this, and it's going to be a success, and if it's a success, it's going to surpass me. So they're cool, and I love them to death as long as they're not doing better than me. So they tried to discourage you from whatever this is. Okay. But you fought hard. You fought hard. You fought long and hard within yourself and with everybody else that was coming at you about whatever this is. You're like, no, I know that I'm not wrong. And this is not an ego thing. This is not an arrogant thing. This is, I know that I know that I know in my heart and my soul that I'm not wrong. You checked yourself on several different occasions where you felt like, you know what? They coming at me so hard about this. They coming at me so hard about this. Let me check myself. Let me check myself to see if I'm wrong. And you did. You went and checked yourself. And turns out, nope, I'm absolutely right. Confirmed several times that I'm absolutely right. Some of y'all came to YouTube and saw readers for the very first time, like you seeing me right now, some of y'all. And it's being confirmed. Yeah, they coming back with that good, sweet apology. They coming back with something. I'm hearing they coming back with their heart in their hand. Very humble, like a puppy. They coming back like a little sweet old puppy. Okay? No. Injustice. Here go the devil card right here, because it's some bull, is what it is. I'm hearing as the world turns. It's over. I feel like you're turning turning a new leaf, turning the other cheek. And what I mean by turning the other cheek is not so much, you're like not hearing it. You're not open to the apologies. You're not open to the apology because it's not sincere. It's coming from a place of, oh, I'm gonna apologize if you'll be my friend again. But if you're not gonna be my friend again, I'm not really sorry. They're not gonna say that, but the energy is in it's you can hear it in the energy of this apology or this offering or whatever it is they're trying to pull. They really just want to be back in your good graces because they don't want to miss this good boat right here. That's full of it's full of funds, it's full of fun, it's full of monies, it's full of man, it's full, look, the temperance is right here again. Knight of Wands, they coming in hot. Baby, they coming in hot with a good old apology. And it's only right and it's only fair that they come in with this good old apology because they were wrong. But they're coming back for the wrong reasons. I keep hearing as the world turns, meaning you're in a whole new world. Your level of consciousness, your awareness, your state of mind. Y'all don't think the same. Y'all don't feel the same. Y'all don't act the same. Y'all don't move the same. Y'all don't breathe the same. Y'all don't see the world the same. Y'all can't even hang out together anymore because y'all are two different people. And that's where y'all went your separate ways. Five of Wands here twice. They was having this battle. They were having this battle within themselves as well. You were too, going back and forth about whether you were right or wrong. You went through, combed through your characteristics with a fine tooth comb to see where you might have been flawed. And you've checked yourself over and over again and you said, it's not me. You said, that's not me. That funk that I'm smelling, that bad, nasty, stank attitude that I'm smelling, yeah, that's not me. That's not me. As the world turns, y'all are two completely different people. And because of it, y'all are about to live two completely different lives. Because that's what happens when your principles, when somebody is standing on purpose and principle, and somebody else is standing on power. This person wanted power. They wanted power over you. They wanted power over you. And something in that argument, something in what y'all were disagreeing about, you just refused to give it to them. Because, not because you weren't in a power struggle, but because it just wasn't right. You could not say you agreed with something when in your heart and soul you didn't. And this time you stood on it and you didn't back down from it. And they didn't think you had it in you. But you've been guided by your spirit and allowing it to be your support. And sometimes it's been lonely for you to kind of shoulder that what seems like alone, but you were never alone. You were never alone. So this is just a heads up. They're going to come back with an apology, but that an apology is conditional, just like everything else in your relationship with this person. It was contingent upon. This apology is contingent upon you being my friend again, or us being back on good terms again, or you letting me back in your life again. But if this is not going to let me back in the door, then I'm back on my BS. So that's the reading, y'all. I'm going to leave that right there because I like to keep my readings short and sweet. And I will be back with another reading later. But just FYI, this person is very sorry. They really are very sorry for the way that they treated you, because now they're on the outside. They're locked out. You're coming into this massive abundance, this spiritual inheritance for your obedience and for your courage and for your bravery to stand alone. To stand alone on what you felt in your heart of hearts was right, because it pays to be obedient. It pays to be faithful, full of faith. It pays. It pays on the back end. And every billionaire knows that they acquired their wealth from getting paid on the back end. But anyway, that's your reading. This person is coming back, but they only coming back so that you can let them back in, because you're about to get this massive boat of inheritance coming in. And I mean that in money and love and friends and resources and rewards and success and recognition, on everything. Okay? On everything. So they want to be a part of that stable life, that stable, good, sweet life you're about to start living. Yeah, they want to be a part of that. And they're the only reason why they're not included. Again, not your fault why they're not included. It's like, bro, you could have been a part of this the whole time if you didn't turn on me. You turned on me. And now you mad at me because I won't accept you back. Again, you trying to have some kind of rank, some kind of power over me. And it's silly and it's stupid and it's not working. And go sit down. And go sit down, because you still haven't learned anything with your sorry ass. You over here sorry. You upset still. Mad. Regretful. Still can't get out of your own way. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. Your attention is the most valuable currency in all the universe. I promise you it is. So I thank you for spending this time and attention with me. Please leave a like if any of this resonated with you, or if it was slightly entertaining. Send your energy my way so I know that you're here. I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll catch y'all on the next reading. Peace and many, many blessings to you, intuitives.